Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about Chapter 1, Lesson 4. We're going to get into adding integers today. One of my favorite lessons. I love to do it. Adding integers. Alright, so let's get started with a few warm-ups. So it says graph each number on a number line. Here is that number line. Forgive me as it is not the most perfect number line, but I think it's pretty good. And so you can graph all of the points on one number line. That is okay with me. Alright, so I want you to pause the video right now and write it down. Okay, so if I look at this, I'm graphing each on a number line. Alright, so I'm starting with -5. -5, I start at 0. Okay, and I go back to -5 on the number line. It's right where you see kind of that intersection between the dash line going down and the number line going across. Okay, so right there. I'm going to move on to number 7. Number 7. Okay, I move my my point all the way. If I find 7, which is right after 6, there it is on a graph line. -4, -4 looks like this, and 0 right smack kind of in the middle. Okay, so that is graphing on a number line. We talked about this yesterday. Make sure that you have your points on the number line. Okay, if they're above the number line like this, that doesn't count. It's not on the number line. That keyword on a number line. Okay, let's move on. Let's get to integers. Alright, so we are going to be adding integers today. So you may have gone over this once or twice before, but we're really going to cover it today. Alright, so I want you to write this down and then leave a space. Okay, leave a space right where you see this space right here and right here. Leave a small area because we are going to write something in there. Alright, so pause the video, write this down right now. Alright, welcome back. So it says when adding two integers, we're adding two integers, alright, with the same sign. That's very key. With the same sign, we are going to add the integers and the sign of the sum. So the sign of the answer to this addition problem, the sign of the sum is the same. The sign of the sum is the same. Okay? If I take, for instance, let's take a little problem here at the bottom. If I give you 6 plus 2, we know 6 plus 2 is 8, because if I add 6 and 2 together, I'm going to get another positive number. Same thing, -4 plus -2. Because I am finding the same sign here, my answer is also going to be negative. Alright, we'll talk about how you get that negative in just a second. But again, sign of the sum is the same. I added 6 and 2, add the 2 digits, and then add my sign in. For -4 plus a -2, I add 4 and 2, keep the sign of negative. Alright? At the bottom, it is a little different. With different signs, you're going to subtract the integers. Subtract the integers, and the sign of the sum is the sign of the integer farthest away from 0. Which means the sign of the sum, okay, the sign of your answer is going to be the one of the integer farthest away from 0, the one with the greater absolute value. Okay? When you look at this, I am going to take -6 plus 4. 6 plus 4. Notice I have different signs here. I have a negative and I have a positive. Because of that, I subtract between 6 and 4. Subtract the digits, which is 2, And my sign is the sign of the integer farthest away from 0. So between -6 and 4 on a number line, which is farthest away from 0? -6. So because -6 is farthest away from 0, my answer is negative. Alright? Alright, let's try a few problems. Hopefully it straightens it up for you. Alright, so I'm adding here. So I'm going to pause. I'm going to have you pause. And if you think you know how to add them together. If you're not sure, follow me on the first one and then pause to try the second one. Okay? So pause to write it and then pause in a second. So pause. Alright, so if you look at this, I have -6 plus a -3. If you go back to your previous notes, it says adding with the same sign. When you are adding with the same sign, you add the digits and keep their sign. So if I take -6 plus a -3, I am taking 6 plus 3, which is 9. Okay? And then I add the sign that they have. Okay, so they have 9. Or sorry, they have a negative sign, so my answer is a -9. I showed my work down here. Remember, we are taking -6 plus -3, but I showed my work underneath here because we are adding those two digits of 6 and 3. That's why I have this work right here. Do you need it? No. Is it helpful? Yes. All right, so if you think you know how to do the second one, you can pause the video, and haven't done it already, you can pause the video and give it a shot. If you've done it already, hold on for a second. All right, so if you look at -5 plus 7, all right, -5 plus 7, do they have the same sign? No, they don't have the same sign. So when they have different signs, find the difference. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Different signs, find the difference. So find the difference between 5 and 7. Well, I take 7 minus 5. Remember, difference is subtraction. 7 minus 5 is 2. Okay, so I know my answer has a digit of 2. Now the question is, how far away from 0 am I? Or sorry, not how far away. Which one is farthest away from 0? Well, is it -5 or is it 7? On a number line, 7 is farthest away from 0, so my answer is a +2. Okay? With the same sign, you find the sum of the digits. With different signs, you find the difference between the digits. All right? Hopefully that helps. Next. Couple more problems. Again, we are going to be hammering these problems because we deal with adding integers a lot in pre-algebra and in algebra and every other math class that you will have from now on. Okay, so get to know this stuff. So pause this video and write this down. Give all three a shot. Pause. All right, so looking at this, we have 1 plus a -2. Very first thing you ask yourself, do we have the same sign? No. We have different signs, so we find the difference. Different signs, find the difference. Okay? So, because we have different signs, I take the digits, which are 2 and 1, subtract them. 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay? Then you go back into the problem and ask yourself, which one's farthest away from 0? 1 or -2? It's -2, so my answer is negative because -2 is farthest away from 0. And the sign of -2 is negative. Next, -8 plus 5. Okay, are the signs the same? No. So because the signs are not the same, I find the difference. Different signs, find the difference. 8 minus 5, what's 8 minus 5? 3. Okay, so I write 3 down. Which one is farthest away from 0? -8 or 5? The answer is -8. So my answer is negative. -2 plus a -4. Are they the same signs? Yep. So find the sum. So I take 4 plus 2, and I get 6. So I have 6. The sign of the sum is the same, and I have negative. Look at that. 3 negative answers. -1, -3, -6. We're getting lower. Look at that. Nice work. All right. Evaluating here. Give these two a shot. I want you to try both of these. Make sure you write down directions and the problems. Good luck. All right. So looking at this, again, evaluating for c is equal to 8, I take this -8 and I plug it in. So I get -8 plus 4. That looks like one of those and symbols. -8 plus 4. Okay? Are the signs the same? No, signs are not the same. What do we do when the signs are not the same? Find the difference. Different signs, you find the difference. 8 minus 4 is 4. So, -8 plus 4. We have 4 there. Now, which one's farthest away from 0? -8 is, so I keep that negative sign. There you go. All right, next one. I have d plus 7. Plug in my -3 here. So I have -3 plus 7. Are they same signs? Different signs? They are different signs. So because they are different signs, we find the difference. So we take 7 minus 3. What's 7 minus 3? Is 4. Now you go back into the problem. Which one is farthest away from 0? -3 or 7? I hope you're thinking 7. It is 7. 7 is positive, so my answer is positive 4. So over here, I have a -4. Over here, I have a positive 4. Gosh, Mr. Sheeman likes to do these problems. Nice. Okay. All right. Here we go. Last problem. It says, Michael opened a new bank account. Good job, Michael. Find his balance after the following transactions. We have deposits are 175 and 95, and withdrawals are 133 and 65. Now, if you're not quite familiar with bank accounts, deposits are when you put money into the bank, so your bank account goes up. Withdrawals are where your bank account goes down. What I want you to do is assign these integers, these numbers, okay, either positive or negative values, and then find the balance after Michael made all of the deposits and all of the withdrawals. Okay, so I want you to pause the video right now and give this a shot. All right, so if I look at deposits and withdrawals, what I'm doing basically is I'm going to be adding all of these up. However, with deposits, all my deposits, because my deposits make my bank account go up, I always like deposits, that they are positive. Because withdrawals make them go down, those are negative. So I take 175 plus 95 plus a -133 plus a -65. And I'm going to be finding my answer. All right? So now I need to figure out what in the world do I have. Okay? So 175 plus 95, which is 270, plus I still have the -133 and the -65. Okay, so I take 270 plus a -133. Okay, when I do that, remember, are the signs the same? No, they are different. Because the signs are different, we find the difference. So we take 270 minus 133. Okay, and when I do that, I get 137. So now I have still a positive 137. And why is it positive? Because 270 is farther away from 0. So I have 137 plus a -65. All right, last one. Once I finish this, I have the balance. So 137 plus -65. Do we have the same sign? No. Different signs which means we have to find the difference. 137 minus 65. 137 minus 65, when you do this, you get 13. This is 0. Subtract them, 72. My answer, after all of these deposits, after all of these withdrawals, I get $72. Now, if you give me an answer that looks like this of 72, guess what? It's wrong. It's wrong. I want to see if you can figure out why that problem, I would mark that problem wrong. All right? It's the correct digit. However, we need this beautiful label sign. You need to have all of your labels. Labels are very, very, very important. Okay? Because I need to figure out, again, am I talking about dollars? Am I talking about pigs? Am I talking about houses? Am I talking about flying horses? Okay, what am I talking about? Well, Michael, I'm hoping in a bank account we're talking about dollars and not flying horses. Because I don't think you can deposit 175 flying horses. It's probably not possible. Okay? So, when we're done here, which we are, make sure you have your label. All right. So remember, there are 2 rules. Same sign, you find the sum of the digits. Different signs, find the difference in the digits. And then make sure, just watch your final sign. If it's the same sign, your answer is going to have that exact same sign. If it's different signs, it's the sign that's farthest away from 0. All right? You guys have a great day. I will see you later. Bye.